Yeah. Good morning. Salute to everybody this morning. You already know what time it is. Just getting everything set it up. We gotta talk this morning. Oh my God. This is what I'm waking up to. Give me a second, man. Let me pop this thing out. Ah, man. Look, I don't know what to say to y'all this morning. It's Friday. We should be ending the week off on a good note. Been a crazy week in the NBA. The James Harden trade, Kyrie missing in action. It's just been a lot going on. Games postponed. We seen LeBron do his thing this week. I would have thought that this week we would have ended on a good note. Not this morning, man. Welcome back, y'all, to the Best of 7 Sports Talk. I'm Seven Mitchell. Good morning. Today is Friday, January the 15th. I want to let y'all hear something before we get into this first story that kind of blew my mind. I'm not a big fan of Jackie MacMullan, but I respect her reporting. I respect her history on ESPN, her work. But let me let y'all hear something that got leaked, and we're going to talk about this. This is Jackie MacMullan. I don't know if this was on a podcast, but she explained the story that she had with Kyrie Irving. Check this out. Let me see if I can get it together for y'all. All right. Okay.
Understand the Kyrie part of it without just being a bunch of jerks on podcasts that can't figure out how anyone can do this.
Well, so I will tell you this. One of the I was thinking about all the conversations I've had with Kyrie through the years. One of them I had, 2 years ago. We got into an argument about, something. And he's like, well, there shouldn't be an NBA draft. Players should be able to go wherever they want to go. We're not, someone's property. And I'm like, yeah, you are, dude. That's the way it works. That's why you get paid all these millions. And so
let me play that back real quick.
Like, yeah, you are, dude. That's the way it works.
This is Jackie MacMullan from ESPN talking about a conversation she had with Kyrie Irving. Now, we already know what's up with Kyrie Irving. He's been missing in action. There has been talks and speculations that now that the James Harden trade is a locked done deal, Kyrie is expected to come back soon. I don't know how realistic that was. That was the Nets GM, Sean Marks, making that statement, but I think he probably was just shooting the shit. But this was dropped. This audio had to be dropped. I don't know, last night, middle of the night. I caught this first thing in the morning. Let's go back one more time and listen to what Jackie MacMullan said, and we're going to break this thing down, man.
Understand the Kyrie part of it without just being a bunch of jerks on podcasts that can't figure out how anyone can do this.
Well, so I will tell you this. One of the I was thinking about all the conversations I've had with Kyrie through the years. One of them I had, 2 years ago. We got into an argument about, something. And he's like, well, there shouldn't be an NBA draft. Players should be able to go wherever they want to go. We're not, someone's property. And I'm like, yeah, you are, dude. That's the way it works. That's why you get paid all these millions. And so I really think in Kyrie's mind, I think the effects of the Capitol, I think the effects of the Jacob Blake shooting, I genuinely believe those things affected him. They bothered him. He felt like we are not putting importance where it belongs. These things are more important. I really believe that.
Understand the Kyrie.
Wow. Unbelievable. Shout out to Epskate Unway in the chat. Epskate said if she had any intellectual property, instead, it wouldn't have come off as racist. If she would have said intellectual property, you don't use the word property at all. I don't care how you try to spice it up. The word property shouldn't even come in effect in any type of scenario when we're talking about grown men, period. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen the history of Jackie MacMullan with any racist comments, this, that, and the third. You can spin this how you want. I'm not debating if she's a racist or not. But that undertone is totally out of bounds. And it's like, okay, everybody that's contracted under some type of organization or franchise, she's basically saying it's property. So she's property of ESPN, because we have seen many players in the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, depending on their stature, they do what the hell they want. Pretty much like property. There's a difference between being contractually bonded to doing something and then saying to someone is property. Like off the top, that just give you the insinuation of slave. And like, you definitely need to be real choicey in your words when you are an established media platform in 2021 because of the heightened times of what's going on with racism, this, that, and the third. Epskate said you got to lose logic, not emotion. You ain't got to use no logic, boy. This is 2021. Anybody, this is the same reason why we done had them people storm the Capitol last week, because of all these hidden messages and all these little secret agendas and all this. Like, you don't have to put a damn KKK mask on Jackie MacMullan to figure out that this comment was out of bounds. Ain't no logic in that. Now, if you're contracted, you are responsible for doing what you have to do under the contract as a player, as anything, as a musician, as a rapper, anything. The battle rappers, you contract, you're supposed to do your job. But you're not to say that that's property, like that's crazy. And then when you're talking to people like Kyrie, when he talking about, like, see, because Kyrie is different. Kyrie is weird. We're gonna keep it a buck. Kyrie is weird. But that, like, and I'm not surprised. We've seen this from ESPN. This is something Stephen A. Smith would have said. I'm not surprised, and I can't wait to hear what Stephen A. got to say today in response to that. If he gives a reaction, 9 times out of 10, he might not speak on it. I'm just a rifle girl in the chat. Salute. This is so disgusting. She says no one owns anyone. No one, no matter what. If you contracted to do something, you know you have an obligation, but you're nobody's property. And to give that tone, you know that the people are going to feel like that's a racist tone. You can't tell a person how to feel about a certain situation. You can't tell me how to take something, or if you can't tell me that I can't feel like that was I felt like that was a racist or a sexist comment, or I felt like you hurt my feelings, or, regardless of what your intent was, you can't tell another person how to feel or what level to feel at. You understand what I'm saying? And she didn't do this. I don't know what platform Jackie MacMullan was speaking when she made this comment. It sounded like it was a podcast, but I don't know if this was ESPN. I don't know if she was a special guest. I don't, but I know it had to be something recent, because she brought up the Capitol building situation. And she was talking about how she think those, and that's another thing. She also spoke on how